Hello, welcome to a Tech Tuesday video. In this video, we will go over the general setup for your Braille display when using it in conjunction with JAWS screen reader. The first step is to open up the JAWS context menu by pressing Insert J, the JAWS key followed by the letter J, or you could open it up in your taskbar if you have it saved in your taskbar. If you're not sure how to save JAWS on your taskbar, look at my other video I've uploaded that goes over how to add applications into your taskbar. So here I'm going to press Insert J.
JAWS context menu O.
Alright, and I'm going to up arrow until I find the Help sub-menu, or I could also press the Access key, also known as a hotkey, which is the letter H.
Command search insert plus space JC.
Alright, it automatically opened up the Help menu. From here, I'm going to look for Startup Wizard. The hotkey for that is the letter Z. So I'm going to press the letter Z now. Or you cut up arrow until you find the option.
Leaving menus, desktop. JAWS Fusion Startup Wizard dialog.
Alright, so here we have the Startup Wizard. From here, we are going to press the Access key, again, the hotkey, to go to the first Braille page. So we're going to press it about 3 times. So Alt-N.
Common options, smart navigation off radio button. Verbosity settings, tutor messages turn off menu and control. Braille translation settings, language combo box, English United States, 42 of 114, Alt plus A.
Perfect. So the first one we have is the language. I have it set to English. I am in the USA, so I am leaving it English. If you're going to change the Braille language, you could just up and down arrow through this list, and it'll give you more options. Okay, so I'm going to tap to the next option.
Output combo box, Unified English Braille Grade 2, 5 of 5, Alt plus O.
Okay, output. So this is what your Braille display will be showing you. So it's not necessarily what you are typing on the Braille display, but it's what you are going to be reading on the Braille display. So here I have it set to the Unified English Grade 2, so that's contractions. If you're still uncontracted, meaning you are only learning the Braille alphabet, you're only familiar with the alphabet, you're going to want to up arrow until you find Unified English Braille Grade 1.
Unified English Braille Grade 1, 4 of 5.
And there's your option. If you're somebody who learned the original Braille code, you're going to want to up arrow until you find the US.
U.S. English Grade 2, 3 of 5.
So those are the options. So Grade 2, again, it's the one with the contractions. The difference between the US Braille and then the Unified English Grade 2 Braille is that there are some contractions that were eliminated, so you won't see some of them in there, and some of the rules to a couple of the contractions are different when you are putting them within words. So if you have it set to the US and you're familiar with the Unified English Braille, also known as UEB, you'll want to make sure you change this.
Unified English Braille Grade 2, 5 of 5.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to tap to the next option.
Input combo box, Unified English Braille Grade 2, 2 of 2, Alt plus I.
Okay, so this is the input. So this is what you are typing on your Braille display. So if you have your Braille display connected to your laptop and you're using it to write, whether you're in Microsoft Word or any other program, you're going to type with contractions. I have it set to Grade 2, meaning it's all the contractions. So we're going to tap to the next option.
Back button, Alt plus D.
Okay, that was the last one. So
Next
we're going to
button,
go
Alt
to
plus N.
next. Press enter.
Braille settings, Braille mode combo box, structured, 2 of 3, Alt plus L.
All right, so the Braille mode, you'll always want to keep it in structure mode. The reason for this is because the other option you have is lines.
Line 1 of 3.
And this one basically means that it displays everything on your Braille display in a linear fashion. So if you have headings or any kind of links or subheadings, it'll still show up as a line of text rather than showing an individual heading. If you want to make sure that you still get the coding and lets you know it's a heading, or if it's a title, it's centered, something different than just all in a single line, a continuous Braille, you want to make sure you have it set to structure.
Structured, 2 of 3.
I highly recommend keeping it in structure mode. It makes it easier when you're navigating websites. I'm going to tap to the next option.
Enable flash messages checkbox checked, Alt plus E.
All right, flash messages. So this will allow you to read in Braille whenever you get a pop-up on your computer. So if your computer is running low, a little pop-up comes up, says low battery, it'll flash on your Braille display and it will tell you low battery. You could turn this off so you'll hear the notification if a pop-up comes up, but it won't appear on your Braille display. When message does appear on your Braille display. So if you're getting a notification that's low battery, it'll appear, but then it'll quickly disappear. So it gives you enough time to read what the message was, and then it'll go away on its own. So it may interrupt if you're reading, but it's handy to have there in case you miss the screen reader portion, or if you have the screen reader off and you're relying solely on the Braille display. We'll go to the next option.
Reverse panning buttons checkbox not checked. Alt+P.
All right, so reverse the panning buttons. So if you have a Braille display, you know that you have the left panning button and the right panning button. The panning buttons allow you to go to the previous 40 cell characters, assuming you have a 40 cell Braille display. If you press the left panning key, if you press the right panning key, it moves to the next 40 cells. It basically just refreshes the Braille structures to show you the next characters. For me, I am right-handed, so when I'm reading across from left to right clearly, and my hand's going across my body to do that. So for me, I like to reverse the panning keys because it allows me to keep my thumb on the left panning key. I read with my right hand. When I'm done reading, I press the left panning key and it moves to the next 40 characters rather than to the previous ones. And again, that's because I reverse the panning keys. But if you're somebody who likes to read, even if you're reading with your right hand, you're reading from left to right, you reach the end of the line, you hit the right panning key, and you just move your hand back. That is another option. It just depends how you like to do it. All right, and now let's go to the last option here.
Enable word wrap checkbox checked. Alt+W.
All right, word wrap. So I highly recommend always keeping word wrap on. It makes it easier when you are reading and it does not chop up the words. So what I mean by this, if you have a 40 cell Braille display, if you have a word that's very long, so let's say we have the word possible, and it's at the end of the line, so you have the 40 cells, and it's reaching the last few cells. What it will do if you have word wrap off is that it will write the characters that fit on the 40 cells. So you may have POS fit on this 40 cell. You'll have to pan to the right, refresh the Braille display, and then the beginning of the next line is going to have the rest of the word, SIBLE. So that makes it a little complicated because suddenly the words are being chopped. It could be confusing, especially if you're trying to read smoothly. So with word wrap on, what it does is that it will just cut the word and it will just place it all together in the next line if it doesn't fit in the 40 cell that you have currently on. So again, highly recommend you keep this option on. And after that, we are done. So you want to tab until you find finish.
Back button. Finish button.
All right, you'll press enter and it will set that up for you. All right, so there are more advanced setups with the Braille displays, especially if you're going to be using it with any Microsoft program or other programs on your laptop. I'll go over those advanced settings in a different video. But I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll answer any questions anybody has. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you are interested in one-on-one training using either assistive technology or learning how to read and write in Braille, my company BrailleDash offers those services. For more information, send me an email at janet@brailledash.com. Also follow BrailleDash on Facebook and Instagram. The link to both those socials will be in the description below. Do you like reading? Are you writing your own book right now, or have you already published one? Check out my Patreon and talk to others just like you. Also check out my other channel, BrailleDash Reads, where you will find reviews for books I have read, and you will also find some content from the book club. The links to both will be in the description below.